Okay, my friends, so here is some data that I pulled out of Strava, which is a tracking app I use to kind of figure out where I'm going and how long it's taking me to get there and whatnot. Excuse me. Um, Here's a track of my commute to work if I go the north end of town way. So I just leave my house over here, come down on Boyd Acres, go across Empire, up Archie Briggs, and around Mount Washington, and then I come on to Regency, and there's COCC right there. Okay, and this is not important for our math problem, because that doesn't give us any information that we need. Down here, this is the part that gives me the information that what we need. Okay, so this puppy dog right here is my elevation map. What it gives us is, it gives us, at my starting point, when I've gone 0 miles, I start at about this height. And by the time I get to work, which is just about maybe 6.1 miles, we'll figure that out later, I'm up at this elevation. I'm up at this elevation. So it gives me 2 data points. It gives me my starting distance and my starting elevation, and it gives me my ending distance and my ending elevation. So what we can actually do is we can use these values to figure out my rise and my, well, we'll get to the other thing in a second. Okay, so let's figure out how much I actually have risen using this elevation map right here. Okay, so you might notice that each of these tick marks is 100 feet, 3,500, 3,600, 3,700, 3,800, and so forth. That means coming back down one more is 3,400. So what I have to do is I have to figure out about what that is. And if I think about, that's about halfway, and that's about half of that halfway. So I'm thinking that this is about 25 feet down from 3,500. So I'm thinking my starting elevation is 3,475 feet. Okay, that's a good starting elevation. That's where our house is, 3,475 feet. Okay. Then I go to work. I drop into the canyon, cross the river, come up, come up, come up. That's the steep part, the top of Archie Briggs. Boom, climb a little bit, drop again. Here I am coming up campus, pop, 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 cranking up to the top, and then I have to drop in. Now this is actually me going down some sets of stairs at the top, so I'm going to just use the very top. It's just to keep the math easy, rather than having to worry about what that data point, right? Well, you know what? Let's just use that data point. Let's just say that that's also 25 feet down from the top. So the ending data point is about 3,975 feet. So I go 3,475 feet at the beginning to 3,975 feet at the end. So that gives us, if I subtract those two numbers, that tells us how much I've changed. So that's going to give me a grand total of 500 feet of elevation gain. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 feet of elevation gain. All right, awesome, 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 awesome. So we know that's my rise because I go uphill 500 feet. Now, I also go downhill at some of those points, but remember what we're doing here is we're doing an average grade. We talked about this yesterday. What you're really just pretending, so to speak, here I'm going to cut the PowerPoint for a second here and escape out of it. What you're really just pretending is that you're straightening out the commute like that. That's what you're calculating the grade of right there. That straight shot commute. So we don't have to actually draw the line, but that is actually indeed what we're doing. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, now let's figure out this distance down here. Let's talk about this. So that distance down there starts at 0, and then I said earlier 6.1. Let's see if that's right. If this is a half, that's a half, that's going to be, I'm going to call it 6.1. 6.1 miles. 6.1 miles. Now the question I have is, what is that 6.1 miles? We know the rise is 500 feet. We know that. But what's this 6.1 miles? Well, it's either the run or it's the road. I want you to think about it. Which one does it have to be? Hit pause if you have to and think about it a little bit. Okay. Now, if you're thinking about this and you're thinking about me traveling this is almost like the side view of me riding my bike up this. It's got to be the road. It's got to be the road. It can't be the run. The run would be if the entire ride were perfectly horizontal, in which case the run and the road would be the same thing. There'd be 0 grade, and we wouldn't be talking about this at all. It's got to be the road, which tells us that the road is 6.1 miles. 6.1 miles. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to escape out of here. We got to go back to the website, and we've got to get the Excel calculator out. Let's get the Excel calculator out, and let's put our new values in to our Excel calculator. So I know that I rose 500 feet. There is no run. Yes, I know there's a second measure coming, and my road is 6.1 miles. Oh, I got some errors. Number error. Oh, I see what the problem is. Make sure the units agree. I didn't. 500 is in feet and 6.1 is in miles. Can that ever happen? No, because Excel thinks that 6.1 is feet, not miles. It doesn't read my mind. So it's asking, can you even have a road that's shorter than the rise? And the answer is no. There's no way you could have that. So let's take a pause here and let's go to the board and let's transfer 6.1 miles into feet.